Yeah, live from Cafe Willoughby with your hosts Tyler Brown and Sam I Am Willoughby, Sir Richard Fiswell, and the baddest BMXers and industry heavy hitters on the planet. Let's get it on!
Happy Monday! What's going on, everybody? We're here at Cafe Willoughby. He made me this fancy little iced latte. So I haven't slept in like 2 days because I've been traveling around racing. So Sam's gonna get me hyped up and ready to go. Best coffee in the game from this guy right here. How's everybody doing at home today? How you doing today, Sam?
I'm doing pretty well. I got a little cold drink here myself.
Yeah?
And
you're drinking a little different pick me up?
Yep. I'm coming down, you're going up.
This is perfect.
What have you been up to?
I haven't slept in a couple days. I've been traveling all around, running around, and so. But it's Monday. I'm here. I've made sure to make it back. Unlike Nick, who's slacking, supposedly in traffic, whatever.
Didn't make enough money, couldn't get back.
Yeah, fair enough. Priorities, I knew that I had to be here on Monday, so I'm here, we're ready to go, and we got a killer show, Sam. What do we got planned for today?
Well, going to talk about all the Pro-Ams. So obviously you went to one in Wisconsin.
Yep.
Nick was up there in Roseville, so we're doing the tangent race, which also looked pretty cool, so we'll give Nick a call, see how that went. We'll touch on Louisville a little bit, go through that, hype that up a little bit this weekend, predictions. Fitzwell called in, he gave his take on
love that guy.
Pro-Ams and Canadian national champs. And
oh, I forgot that one on too.
Yeah. So
because it was like state races all over the country, so Canada, it was kind of like their big state race.
Yeah,
right?
It's a big state race.
Yeah.
It's kind of a big state of BMX.
Yeah.
We'll go through all those things. If you guys got any fork in it or square ups that you want us to do today, we've got a couple of fork in it. So we'll do them. And I think, what was the other thing? We had a bit of a question about the four-cross worlds, so we might touch on that a little bit.
Yeah.
And
that'd probably be the show for today,
pretty much be a wrap.
That'd be a good one. I don't know if I can party with you guys too late. I'm a tired guy today. So.
Shout out to our sponsors, Answer S Squared. You guys can still get Fitzwell's shirts on the Answer BMX website, so don't forget to jump over there and support that loose unit.
Yeah, it's been cool seeing some Fitzwell shirts kind of popping up here and there a little bit more. Don't worry, guys, we're working on some more merch. That's going to be coming soon. We got some of our jerseys coming out. We're working on a few other projects. Make sure to stay tuned on all that stuff, but we're gonna have some cool stuff coming for you guys.
Sure. So you want to...
we're already seeing the chat room starting to blow up. Tornado Tommy was out at Lake Paris, the state race over the weekend, so that's good to see that.
We've got Grindle in there, so we might have to touch base with Grindle. He was the voice of the tangent race, so see how that was up there.
I think he's going to actually be making an appearance on the show soon.
Yeah,
so the Gold Cup is the Gold Cup Southwest final at my track. He's going to come down to announce it. And rumor on the street, he's going to stay an extra day and come hang out in the cafe with us.
If he comes out, we'll just have to step aside and let the master voice take over.
We'll probably just move. We'll just give him the center seat, let him take things over and run the show,
For sure.
Yeah.
All right, so should we get started with your race?
Yeah, this race was super cool, man. The guys up in Wisconsin, Winnebago Land BMX, they killed it. They raised over $10,000 for the pro purse for the men and women. There wasn't as many women, so it kind of went more to the men because there's only one pro. Just Felicia showed up, so it was more like an amateur open kind of thing.
Yep.
But the guys absolutely killed it. So they actually hit me up. They slid into my DMs on Twitter. Scott was DMing all the pros, hitting us all up, and he gave me.
So he did hit up a lot of pros.
Yeah, I think so. He said he kind of went through the top 20 and kind of said, hey, this is what's going on. I don't know if a lot of people kind of knew about the track and what they did there.
Yeah.
I imagine after this one and them throwing 10 grand, they're already talking about more next year. So I think it's going to end up being a pretty big deal in the future. And from my experience, I definitely recommend the pros coming and checking it out.
Yeah, I'd never heard of the track, but obviously we talked about it a little bit last week, and then you coming back this week, you showed me the video. The track looked awesome, and then obviously the money's huge. So we
can get into the racing in a second. It was some good battles, but we'll just say the winner with the whole shot walked away with $3,300 for one day.
Yeah.
So my trip was a little bit all over. As you guys know, I'm an older guy now, and I work a regular job. So my Saturday started off with I had the dirt park. We ran public racing. I had my beginner league stuff going on, so I was at the track from about 11 to 7 p.m. Went home, packed my bags, caught a red-eye flight, flew overnight to Chicago, layover, flew to Wisconsin, about an hour and a half drive up to the track, and got there right in time for the track just to be under tarps and pouring rain. So these guys worked their butt off, but it was pouring down, and I think those guys were stressed a little bit, like, oh man, we got this big race, it's pouring. Dude, the surface on that track was unreal.
Yeah, the video I seen, you wouldn't even know it rained.
So the track had tarps on it, but one straightaway they already pulled the tarps off because obviously it probably stopped raining at one point.
Yeah.
It rained, I was there for an hour of just pure downpour, and they pulled all the tarps off, took the leaf blowers out, got the track dry. Dude, you couldn't tell the difference between the straight that had tarps and didn't.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. Like, I was super jealous of how well their surface was in rain. It was like nothing even happened.
Slow attack though?
They did some slurry stuff. Okay. So similar to Rock Hill, they had their kind of own mix that they did, but dude, I've never seen a track. I didn't race in Rock Hill like you did in that year in the rain.
Yeah.
So I've never been to a track that took rain as good as this one.
Yeah. It seems like those Midwest tracks, they kind of get it figured out, like Rockford's been good for years.
I think they kind of have to.
They have to, yeah. Then I know like Elisa's dad at Pineview, it's pretty dialed for the rain, so it's good.
Yeah, so racing action was good. We had, I think they had just under 90 motos for their state final. Pro-Am, we had like just under 30 guys. So we didn't go to quarters, we went to semis.
Yep.
Motos went pretty well. There was kind of a hint of rain on and off throughout the whole day. But then luckily ended up making the show. And I was leading out of the first turn, made a little bobble down the second straightaway, and Kenny G ended up taking the win from me. And it was Kenny G followed by a bunch of Tylers.
They shafted you on the whole shot there.
Yeah.
You might have to get the chat room fired up, see what they think.
I mean, it was a pretty good battle. Me and Kenny both thought that I took it. Their video guy said that Kenny got it. Regardless, so they gave it to Kenny, an extra $500 in his pocket he got.
Yeah.
So it was going into the first turn, so I probably should have lunged a little bit over the triple.
Yeah.
As where I was setting up for the race. With the rain, I only ended up getting like 15 minutes of practice, is where Kenny flew in the night before. So he got a little bit more practice, and he was going quick, had the track dialed, and no excuses on my part. He just he rode a better lap than I did and made the pass. And then you had Kenny, and then Tyler Brown, Tyler Farrow, Tyler Whitfield. So he was being chased down by a pack of Tylers around the track. We were 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so it was pretty cool. But man, those guys killed it. Kenny ended up walking away with $3,300 for first place.
Yeah, it's good money.
I had $1,800 for second. Fierro, I think, had right around $1,200 for third, and like Tyler Whitfield, I think $1,000 for fourth.
Yeah.
So it's not that often that fourth place can pay what a AA win at most races are, and these guys kind of already vowed to have more money going on at the next year one.
Yeah, I was surprised not more guys went up there, especially, even guys that aren't from California, that maybe it was easier to go up the Tangent one, which also had pretty good money, but yeah, good for you guys.
The only reason I could think you didn't have a few of the big superstar guys is because Louisville's next weekend, and you have kind of your title guys like, hey, I'm focused on the title, I got to put my eggs in that basket.
Yeah.
So I talked to him. I said, hey, maybe next year do it like a weekend off. So it goes their race weekend off Louisville.
Yep.
So they were talking about doing that, and I think some guys are going to show up for sure. So, but the track was it was surprisingly a little bit tech. There were some different lines that you couldn't just go 2-2-2, and that was my mistake. I kind of played it with not a lot of practice, 2-2-2, and Kenny took a different line, and the rhythm section had some different options, so it was a fun track.
Fire up the video.
Yeah, let's go, let's check it out. Hopefully, we were having some issues with this thing earlier, so hopefully it plays all right when we come back.
Looks like Brown getting out front in a hurry. Gustafson on the 2, Farrell on the 3. In and out of the first corner, Tyler Brown. Gustafson trying to find a way around the bar racing. They're turning on the activators. Tapping the brakes. Gustafson taking over the lead. Brown in the 3-2. Farrell in the 3. It's third corner. Oh, almost. Coming back to the line. Today, Gustafson, Brown, Farrell, Whitfield.
So bam, there was a lap.
That's it.
Yeah.
Old man got out front.
Yeah, the old guy was leading it through, got a little squirrely when the dang jumps got in the way.
Cramped up.
Yeah, I was like I said, I was like Conor McGregor in the 10th round, coming out of that last turn.
Opposite way though, the old man held out in the boxing match.
All right, yeah, fair enough. You got me on that one. I blew it in the last round. I should have been pulling down the last straightaway.
What about old Gainer doing the ghosty?
Yeah. I didn't realize that until somebody said something, and I watched the video, and I'm going to call out Lane Gaynor for ghost riding his bike because he got bumped in the first turn.
Did he have flat pedals on?
No, he was clipped in, so he unclipped and threw his bike. Yeah.
Seems worth it.
Yeah. You know, for somebody putting up a ton of money, you get a little elbow in the corner, and let's just go ride the bike
Go see the bike.
show the kids what to do if the race doesn't go your way.
Yeah. No, the track looked really good though. It looked like a fun little racetrack there. So.
Yeah, it was. It was definitely fun. They got a cool facility there, so I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of people come back next year.
Yeah.
I think they will.
Especially if they keep putting up that sort of money. I know that one in Seattle got pretty big for a while.
Yeah.
When they were doing that sort of money, but it wasn't on a track like that. So.
When you throw up $10,000 for the pros, you kind of like, as a pro, you kind of have to go because like somebody clearly put a lot of time into the event and they really invested a lot to raise that kind of cash. And I think it's important that the pros support those type deals because otherwise they're going to be like, well, why should I bust my butt to if nobody shows up? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What do you got in the chat room? You're laughing about something.
Anthony Dean said pros should tell other pros when there's big pro-ams on.
They all do that. You can all do that.
I'm not going to. It was all over. We announced it on here the Monday before.
He's a master's rider. He's not a pro, so he doesn't.
Listen, Anthony, I'm not trying to let you go and take my money. It was on the internet. He probably hit you up on Twitter too.
He was watching the fight at some mansion anyway.
Anthony was too worried about the mansion party to go make some money.
He was in the infinity pool.
Just living the dream.
He wasn't going to no pro-am.
So Anthony, I'm telling you right now, next year, come out to the race. So we'll be on the gate together. I'll see if I can hang with you next year.
I think we need to get a Cafe Willoughby pro-am at Chula.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Like maybe $100 for the win or something.
Yeah. Maybe just a cup of coffee.
Yeah, a cup of coffee for the win.
And some stickers.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be good. We could do the Tuesday night pro.
That's what we need to do. We need to get some money together and not tell anyone. And Tuesday night at Gates one night we'll just drop it. Hey guys, we got 10 grand up. Racing starts in an hour.
Get ready. Yeah, I'm down with that. Do it in like the winter time when we get like.
So if you guys want to get in on the secret pro-am, message us. We'll give you bank account details. You can start putting the money in, and the secret pro-am will go down.
Yeah, let's do it.
So make sure you get out to Tuesday night Gates. There may be a $10,000 purse one night.
I'm not going to argue with that. Come on out. And I'm going to call up the guys in Wisconsin and get their slurry mix, so the track will be dialed. Rain or shine, we'll be racing.
Yep, for sure.
Give Anthony an hour and a half drive, heads up from Corona. Anthony, you better start coming down on Tuesdays.
Yeah,
my goal is to not tell you so you don't beat me, so I'm going to not tell you when it happens. You're going to miss out. You better just be there every Tuesday from here on out.
That would be fun. Maybe we'll work on that. We need some investors.
Yeah, we need lots of investors. So moving on, that was a good one. What about the tangent one?
Yeah, the tangent one looked really good. They've done a good job all year, and this year we got some pretty. This one in Roseville, we got some pretty good videos, so we'll show them. But they also had a good turnout in the guys and decent in the girls, I think. So
you know what? I think we need to talk more about their whole series.
Yeah.
Because it's awesome what the guys did in Wisconsin for raising 10 grand for the day, but we got to give hats off to Tangent for giving over $20,000 to the pros this year throughout their series. Because they've done a multiple race series. Yeah. They're doing year-end payouts. They raised a bunch of money for the girls one this year, for this weekend.
Yeah.
Those guys are killing it, man.
Yeah, I like just seeing a race back at Roseville. I thought I always liked that track, and nice big dirt turns, and the hill looks good. I'm glad that they've concreted the hill now.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, it looked like it was concrete, but it looked like a good race, and those guys walked away with a bit of cash as well. And anytime you're around the Tangent guys, it's always fun. So I'm sure it was a good little show.
Just a good atmosphere up there. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Everybody's just down, hanging out in the dirt, having a good time.
Yeah. So I think they had Nick and Trey White was up there. Trent Jones came out.
How about an amateur getting third place?
Who was that?
BJ NZ, I think is his last name. I don't know how to say it. I'm pretty sure he got third place.
Good stuff.
Yeah, so he also got another.
Didn't Trent get third?
I think Trent got second. I think Nick got first, Trent got second, and BJ got third. At least that's what I thought I saw in the photo. So
fill us in, Grindle.
Yeah, Grindle, fill us in on the chat room.
32 grand they paid out in their whole series.
32,000 was paid out in the Tangent Pro-Am.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty legit.
Yeah, that's really good.
Especially for just a local brand, saying, "Hey, we need to support the pros. Let's raise a bunch of cash and make it happen."
I think next year as a pro, you'd be crazy to not go and do that series.
Oh yeah.
Especially when you can just drive a few hours and.
Yeah, when most of the pros are in some California-based area. So I know they were talking about expanding it a little bit more too and trying to get some more tracks. So I think it'd be a really cool thing just to see it continue to blow up. And I think our sport needs that, as more options for pros to race. Back when back when I first turned AA, you could race ABA, NBL, Open, Class, Cruiser, you name it. And then, I mean, now it's kind of getting less options. So it's cool to see guys like Tangent or the guys in Wisconsin or any of the other pro-ams that throw a bunch of cash, just giving everybody an opportunity to race again.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, and I think as a pro, you're super valuable to your sponsors in an event like that because you're going to reach kids that at a state race that might not get to go to nationals.
Yeah.
Maybe they don't have the cash or the track isn't in an area, like a national isn't in an area where they can.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to really make an impact. And from a pro perspective, I think it's a really wise choice to go to some of those races.
Yeah. I wonder what, I mean, people can comment on it in the chat room, but what if at some of those pro-ams, if, you know, those people are putting up the money and then even it doesn't have to be a national to be a pro race. If USA BMX said, hey, if you guys commit to doing this, we'll put points on the line at it and we'll chuck in our whatever they're doing as well.
That'd be a really cool idea, actually.
Like in, say, Wisconsin on the weekend, they could just leave the UCI out of it maybe, but just say, you know, we're going to throw in our $6,000 or whatever they put up for the pros as well.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you've got a $20,000 purse and everyone's going and it's just on the back of a state race. It's not necessarily a national, but it counts for pro points. And
you know what? That's like actually a super good idea.
Yeah.
Because then UCI doesn't really have to get involved. So USA BMX, they don't have to send their staff. They don't have to send anything. All they're going to do is say, hey, it counts as pro points.
Yeah, and here's our purse or something.
Here's our whatever.
Yeah.
Here's our $5,000.
Yep.
And our points, and you're going to get AA pro points.
And then all of a sudden you're going to get Joris, Connor, those kind of guys going as well. But I don't know if kind of the purpose of what Rich and that wanted to do was more to give guys that don't have the opportunity to get to all the races of something that they can race for. But I don't know, when you're calling it pro racing, I think open it up.
Well, and I know like the Wisconsin guys, their whole goal is they're like, hey, our kids are never going to see pros ride on our track and go that fast. So we want the top pros here as like motivation for our grassroots program.
Right.
You know what I mean? So they want Connor and Joris and those guys there.
Yeah.
It's kind of their goal. That's why they're raising all the cash.
Right.
Is because they want the kids that might not get to ever see that.
Yeah.
They want them there.
Yeah, exactly. So,
know?
yeah, I don't know. It's food for thought.
That's
to
actually
try
a
to
really
get some
cool
more
idea.
money in and
I like that one.
those guys going. Like if you know, you could have split this weekend. Like maybe you did the Wisconsin one last week and you know Roseville this week and chuck some points on the line
and for USA BMX, all they're going to do is just say.
Well, it's just going to cost them their purse. Yeah.
And it just then the local tracks, they will do all the work and maybe make it not a pro-am, maybe just a pro race.
Yeah, it's a pro race at the state race or something. Yeah,
I think that's a really cool idea. And maybe then you take more scores till the end of the year. We're like, hey, it's going to be our 10 USA BMX national events, and we're going to support these 5 pro-am and give pro points for these 5 that are designated and guaranteed to bring in this much of a pro purse.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep. Maybe.
We just solved the problem. I like that. Good work, Sam. I like it. So should we play the videos from the tangent race?
Yeah, let's jump on that.
Yeah, let's check it out.
Gate coming down. Here we go. Let's see who's going to get the pop on this one. Petty got a pretty good shot downtown. Looks like it's going to be Nick Long taking the whole shot. Into that first turn, Long. Jones going to go 1 and 2 down the second straightaway. Pettigrew sitting on that 3 spot. Here we go. NC on the move right now, coming in that second turn. White trying to find a way up into the pack. In and out of that second turn, we're going to go. It's all Long. Jones 1, 2. Pettigrew, NC, one of the amateurs sitting on that 4th spot as we come in and out of that last turn now, bringing it back down the line. Coming back to us, Jones, Long, 1, 2. Pettigrew, Enzi, Larson. Gate coming down with the ladies right now. Here we go. Jones got a pretty good shot, taking it downtown. Looks like it's going to be the insane one. Bricky Crane going to get that whole shot going on the top spot. Crane, Jones going to go 1, 2. Rinsante sitting on the 3. Coming down the second straightaway. Birthday girl O'Connor on the 4th spot. Reynolds is on the move right now. She takes it upstairs in and out of that second turn. It's all Crane. Rinsante still 1, 2 coming down the line. Jones sitting on the 3. Reynolds trying to move up in the program. Bring him into that last turn. Coming back at us. It's still all the insane one. Bricky Crane coming down the line. Crane, Rinsante back the line. Crane, Rinsante, Jones, O'Connor. Gate slamming down. Oh, Larson with a big wheelie right there. Down the track, they're going to go into that first turn. Oh, Nick Long coming from the outside. Going to get the whole shot on this one. Long, White going to go 1 and 2. Enzi sitting on the 3 spot as we're coming down the second straightaway. In and out of turn number 2. We're going to go Long, White, Enzi. 1, 2, 3 coming down the line. Pasquale sitting on that 4 spot. Last turn coming on. Peebles trying to come around with Jones, but it's all Mr. Long on the top spot. Back to the line. Long, White, Enzi, Pasquale. Here we go with the ladies right now. Rimsate got a pretty good pop on this one, taking it down into that first turn. Reynolds looking for a shot up front. Oh, Rimsate, the senior lady of the group right now, bringing it down that second straightaway. Rimsate, Reynolds 1, 2, Crane's on the move. Oh, yeah, ladies taking it upstairs in and out of that second turn. Uh-oh. Reynolds put the L left square on a little drift right there, coming in and out of that last turn. Back to us. In and out of that last straight, we're going to go. Rimsate leading the charge back home, taking the girls for a hot lap around the creek. Coming back to the line, Rimsate, Crane.
Tangent Pro-Am.
I tell you what, Vilma's back.
V-Dog is back.
Back.
Oh, man.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, she rocked it.
She brought the cash back to Rich's house.
Rich is like, listen here, sweetheart. You got to keep this money in the family, all right? So you better bring this back home.
Yeah.
Yeah, she killed it. So Brooke would have taken the whole shot because she won the first main, right?
Yep.
And then
I believe so.
V-Dog took the big win.
Yeah.
Here we go.
That was good.
And on the men's side, we had Quick Nick Long taking the win.
Yeah.
There's a lot of mixing up, though. You saw a lot of kind of mixed results all over the place.
Yeah, I always thought Roseville was a pretty good track. It's flat, so that you don't get a lot of free speed. Like, you kind of have to make moves. And for dirt turns, they look pretty good. So.
Yeah, they've always had really good
up.
turns, and the track's always been pretty smooth and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That was actually Cassie's first ever national she went to, wasn't it? Yeah, she's got memories of Roseville.
Yeah.
That's the first one.
Popped the old cherry at Roseville.
I was like, hey, I'm going to this race. Like, oh, it's in California. I want to go. And I'm like, I don't know. It's pretty hot up there. You sure?
There's a creek. But
So I threw her right in the middle of the tangent tent. Said, all right, I got to go race. Hang out with these guys.
A few people in the chat room were talking about sort of like if they USA BMX did that, if amateurs would want to race it, but it's like, why wouldn't they want to race it?
I know when I was an amateur, I would 100% pay $30 to race my idols.
Yeah.
You see where you're at. If you ever have any desire of turning pro, like you get a race with the guys you look up to.
Yeah.
Hands down, I would pay $100 to race those guys when I was amateur.
Yeah.
I would have given my right arm to get on the gate with like Ali A and Stumpy and Kyle Bennett and stuff like that.
For sure.
So I think. Well, I mean, look, an amateur ended up on the podium this
Yeah,
year.
exactly. It can happen. So nothing to lose. Jump in there and
Exactly. So we had, I think they did $12.50 for the men and women, plus a whole shot award for both of those guys.
Yep.
And then they threw some few G's running around for the overall too.
Yeah.
I don't know who got the overall. I'm guessing probably Peebles.
Peebles got it, and I seen a photo of Peebles and another Peebles. Is there another Peebles? No?
Not that I know of.
Okay.
Yeah.
But there's another guy holding a check.
Another guy holding the check.
Yep.
Good.
So
I mean, it's cool to see them doing the overall. Peebles, he's putting a lot of work into that series, and that's kind of his home track up there. So good to see him pulled off that title. And
what did he end up at the race in Roseville?
I don't know, because I only saw the podium, so I'm not sure what he got there.
I think he had a pretty good lead coming in from watching the Grindle hype videos leading up.
Has he been hyping it up pretty good?
He had some live videos on the Facebook the last couple of weeks. So
Grindle, if you're on the chat room, let us know who the top 3 in the overall was.
Should we give old Nick a call? See?
Yeah, let's give him a shout. See what he has to think on his drive since he's slacking and not here.
Yeah, so Peebles' little brother won the youngest Am.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
There you go.
George Costa says MBL did a pro-am 1 year and no elites raced it.
Well, I think if the tracks are raising $10,000 or more than the USA BMX Nationals, I'm sure that they're gonna.
Yeah.
I'm sure that they're gonna be there.
And I think they would race it if there's points on the line.
Yeah.
The ABA title, they have to.
Yeah, I think they would too. The guys aren't gonna miss those events.
No.
So, and nothing wrong with racing more. I mean, pro BMX racers, that's what they do for a living.
Yeah.
You know, so they need to be out there racing.
For sure.
Yeah, let's give Nick a shout, see what he's got to say about the race. One of these days we're going to figure this out so we can run this through the computer so we don't have to hold it to the microphones. Just bear with us, guys. One thing at a time. If Nick big leagues us and doesn't answer,
He might be having dinner.
he might not be allowed back next week.
Nick Long,
Hey, how you going?
what are you doing?
I'm at Joe and Shelby's right now. Just had some dinner.
Pro-Am champ.
Yeah.
So,
You bloody,
yeah.
you bloody,
I had a new Colts at home.
Oh, came up short, Nicky. I blew it.
you bloody spit on him, mate. Inside, outside, anywhere you
Mine
will.
was one man out of blue, too. I got past the ball in the first thing.
Did you get past at the line?
Yeah, I knew he was coming, and I didn't feel like that one.
Yeah. You knew you'd take him in the second one?
I got the whole shot, but I figured he could have the extra $200.
Yeah, yeah. Good stuff. So how was it? Looked like...
I figured I got stuck with 8 in the second meet, so I knew I was getting over regardless.
Right, right. So how was it? Looked like a good show up there? Good turnout?
Yeah, it was good. We had quarters.
Quarters?
I don't even remember how many riders it was, 34 maybe or something like that.
Jeez.
That's pretty good.
But yeah, it was good. It was so damn hot there. It was like 105.
Oh,
How'd the...
It was so damn dusty. There was no water truck at all. I don't think it one in Roseville.
there's not one in Roseville. Not at all.
How'd the old disc rotor hold up with the dust?
Just cut right through it, I guess.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what I was dragging down the last straight. That's why Trey got me.
Yeah, you let him by. Had to clean the disc off.
Yeah, had to hit the pitch.
So who ended up in the third? Did BJ the amateur end up third?
Yeah, BJ Inslee got third.
Nice.
And Trey got fourth.
Okay.
So what do you think
I
about...
kind of fucked him. If I would have known, I should have let Trey pass me down the last straight in the second meet. Get it out the second meet. And
Yeah.
then Trey would have got second overall.
So now you fix races.
So you're a race fixer, huh?
That was what?
A race fixer.
Yeah. I was trying to play it like ADC back in the day.
Yeah.
He was pretty good at that back in the day. If you guys ever wanted to know the double A cut after second round, you roll up to Danny C and go, "Hey, what's the cut going to be?" And Danny's like, "Oh, I'll carry the 4 divided by 12. There's 28 guys. It's going to be 10 with a 5. You got to get that to make it through."
Oh, and he was like, yeah, when I started racing, I would ask him.
Yeah. Forgot what I was going to ask you now. We got lost with Danny C quotes.
Yeah. How was the race overall, man? How many motos did they get for their state final?
I think it was 119.
That's killer.
Final. So yeah, it was good. We kind of broke it down, just raced our 2 motos were between the 2 rounds there. Then our quarter at the end, I think. Yeah, we had plenty of time between each thing. Before our final, man, there was one of the oldest class novice riders went down hard and got ambulance out of there.
Oh, that's too bad. I saw it looked like Cato took a pretty good crash too. Did he fall down pretty good?
Who was it?
Cato?
I saw him after his lap, and I think he just built that bike up, and it was a little bit too small, because if you watch the video he posted, he almost looped out on the first jump and then just fully honky bombed down that second straight.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was all right. I think he was down for a little bit, so he might have scrambled his legs a little bit.
So we're chatting in the chat room today about what do you think if some of these pro-ams put if USA BMX threw their pro payout in the purse as well, and we put some pro points at some of these races and made the purses even bigger, so that you could go to these races and get some points and have a little bit more in the purse.
So what do you mean? So like have the same nationals, but then also do pro-am?
Well, like just for pros. So like say that was a state race on the weekend, but then USA BMX just calls it a pro race for the pros, and they throw in their $5,000 or whatever they put up as well, and add to the purse a little bit, and then there's some points as well. But it's still a pro-am.
People to, like more points towards the end of the year.
Yeah, and some more cash, and say that.
I like racing, so the more races, the better, especially if they're easier to get to.
Right.
Yeah. That was kind of the point, if you did a few of the tangent ones, if you did one like I went to over the weekend, you just pick like 5 of them maybe throughout the country, or whoever's bringing the cash, and then just bring some pro points to the mix too. So the pros are going to go to that local area, and then you're going to get points for the end of the year, and the track's going to get more pros there at the race.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's all positive, and it brings the pros to the areas where those intermediate
intermediates and novices who don't go to the races get to spend time with you like how it is there, like how it was at the Roosevelt races. We can I'm sure how it was in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Any negatives of doing that at all.
All right, Nikki. Anything else you want to add?
No, I wish I had a little bit better service so I could chat longer, but I'll have to catch up next Monday.
Alrighty, we'll see you.
We'll do a full recap, and I got to do tequila we could put on the stage for the show.
Okay, sounds good.
Alright, we'll see you this week.
Alright, mate. See ya.
Later, Nikki. So while he was talking to Nick, I went on my phone and I shared the video, like all I need you guys to do right now too. So how about you guys all go hit that share button, let everybody know what you're watching on Monday, help us get that view count up, chat room popping. We're going to be opening up the phone lines, let you guys start calling in a bit. So everybody click that share button right now, share the video for us. We'll keep
I
things
don't
rocking.
think Anthony's going to share it after you dogged in.
Well, whatever, Anthony. Anthony, you share it, then I'll share next pro race I'm going to.
Alright.
Yeah, because it's just on the internet, you can't like look for yourself or anything like that.
Anthony's never on the internet.
No, never at all. They tweeted him, they should have Instagrammed him. He would have got right back to it. He would have been there in the gate next to me.
Exactly.
Yeah, that was his mistake.
Alright, what do we want to go to next? Should we put old Fitzy on the line?
Yeah, let's do that.
See what he had to say?
You get his call lined up. I'll play his intro.
Alright.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention? I've just been handed an urgent and horrifying news story. And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Alright.
All right, there we go.
Deck me here, deck me there, deck me anywhere, I don't fucking care. Boys, it was a big money weekend. We had pro-ams in NorCal, pro-ams in the Midwest, Canadian champs and an old-fashioned brawl in Vegas for a few bucks. Let's start it off up in NorCal. Our man, the Coors Light assassin, Rich Pelton, and the boys at Tangent brought the pros back to the Dust Bowl that is Roseville. We had the vicious Vice Salient making her debut after giving the old liver a bit of a touch-up back in May. Brookie Crane was back. We had Outer Squares, Bunno, Bandit, Bear Reynolds. They got underway in the mains. The Bear Reynolds blew her wad early and went through the gate like a bull with its sack tied up. Crane got back in the winner's circle in main number 1. Main number 2, Rib Skate said, "Step aside, you young bitches," and jumped to the front. She would finish with a score of 2-1 and bring the cash back to the Tangent truck. Team owner Rich Pelton very ecstatic for the Lithuanian to get on the top spot there. In the men's, our man Nick Long, quick Nick, was all over them like flies on dog shit. He gave the lads a touch-up from the inside of the gate. He gave them a touch-up from the outside in gate 8 for a 1-1 score and all the fucking cash going back to Lakeside. Trey White and Jones battled it out for the Commonwealth in the minor positions. Now over in Cheesehead Land, our other main man, Masters World Champion Tyler Brown, took it to the kids like it was 2008 all over again. Him and Kenny G went at it like a pack of dogs on heat up there. Brown swung the old cut down the long first straight in Wisconsin. He jumped out to an early lead, but young buck Kenny G snatched it back in turn 2 and grabbed himself a couple of grand. Well, fuck me, I mean Brown and Long holding up their end of the bargain and kicking ass all over the USA this weekend for the Cafe crew. I was at the Canadian Champs and I shared a few beers with the parents and I slashed a few kids' tyres in the pits. What the fuck did you do, sir? Useless as tits on a bull as usual. On that note, in Canada, Tory Nighthawk, he won his 96th Canadian title in front of about 14 people over there in Calgary. It was a blockbuster. Now, I'll give you a quick Vic Beam update after my interview last week. Vic is fighting 70-year-old men at the Circle K parking lot this week. He continues to impress us every week. Okay, we got a big one this weekend in the Bluegrass State. Louisville predictions. It's heating up in the points chase. The Chase Boys and the Rainbow Warrior Sherrod will have the POG helmet on, and he'll be ready to snatch a few points back and get his name in the chase for this USA BMX Pro title. Post and Reynolds will go at it with the women, and I think if I'm going to make predictions after a fascinating win up in Roseville, I'm taking Rimskate and Sherrod to do it in a thriller in Louisville. All right, fellas, 2 in, 1 out is a great route. Don't fucking forget it. I'll see you next week.
Fitzwell's calling you out, man.
Yeah.
Jeez, get a little feisty, huh?
He's a dick.
You better keep him in check.
Yeah, he's always calling me out.
Yeah. So he was hanging out up in Canada over the weekend?
He is Canadian. Yeah, he went to the Canadian Champs.
So there was him plus 13 others there?
Him and Tori and Tori's parents, yeah.
And then like 10 other people? Then you probably had Tori's coach, Tori's manager, Tori's masseuse, Tori's mechanic.
Yeah.
Tori's shoe cleaner.
I tried to find a video.
And James Palmer.
Yeah. I tried to find a video of the Canadian Champs, but there was not.
The problem is there wasn't enough people there to video.
No one was filming.
Because everybody was making sure Tori was good, so there wasn't anybody to do the video too. So that's probably why he didn't get anything online. But he got a sweet cowboy hat.
He did get a cowboy hat up there in Calgary.
Kind of like you and Beast have one from Louisville.
Yeah.
The old Louisville hat. Yeah.
I guess Canadians have cowboys now.
I didn't know there was Canadian cowboys.
Calgary.
Yeah. Yeehaw!
The land of cowboys.
Yeehaw!
Yep.
Yeah.
What's next?
Well, speaking of Fitzwell, he brought up Louisville. That's kind of the next one on there. So maybe we should chat about that again.
Let's chat about it. So Louisville, big changes in last year. Last year. Very sad day for many BMXers.
R.I.P. I loved that track.
Yeah. I mean, it was kind of sad to see the old Louisville go away. But in saying that, the Supercross Hill is great. It's great that the city got behind and built the Supercross Hill. It's really good.
Yeah.
I just would have loved to have seen them just leave the old first straight with the amateur hill and then just do exactly what they did and put the big hill next to it.
That would have been perfect.
But then they built that, whatever the fuck that 5 meter hill is.
It was probably like a 3.8 or 4, who knows what it was.
Yeah, I'm just not a fan of the 5 meter, and it, kind of. But I know that they've been working on it, so I'm sure that the track's getting back to old Louisville standard, but I just think they never should have got rid of the old first. That place was so good.
That was just classic. Well, one thing we got to remember, when we went there last year, the track was like brand new.
Yeah.
Like they just got finished it. Every year past, those guys always had a pretty smooth surface. So clearly they know how to work on the track. And I haven't seen any videos of it recently, but I'm thinking that the track is probably going to be
I'm sure it's dialed. And last year, like you said, they had weather, and that was kind of why the track was rough. But I'm just referring to, they should have just kept the old hill.
Oh, that was such a good one.
That next to the Supercross hill, mate, would have been like Tom Cruise and Angelina Jolie next to each, Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie next to each other.
Just pure amazingness.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Pure amazingness.
Would have been beautiful.
Just two amazing things coming together.
Yes.
Into making one just spectacular thing.
But instead, they left Brad there and then they chucked old Caitlyn Jenner next to him.
That's a good way of describing it. Yeah, I like that. So we got a lot to talk about Louisville. We can do predictions. We've got who we think's going to do good there. We're getting closer to like that towards the end of the season, pro title stuff. You've always been up for the title going into that race, so get some good insight from you, what it's like coming towards the end of the year, all that good stuff. And I guess since we're talking about the track, we've got a video to show. This is kind of like probably the best way I like to remember Louisville.
We couldn't find videos of the new Louisville, so we did a little RIP video.
This is how me and Sam like to remember Louisville. It's a fantastic race. I think 2 of the guys on the podium are really cool guys, just personally. So we're gonna go through this race right now and just kind of let you guys watch the little RIP tribute to the good old days at Louisville.
Gate is down. Here we go. Double A time at Derby City, day number 2. World number 7 going to take it into that one. First turn. Oh, we lost there. We lost Strawberries right there in the first turn. Here we go now. Bring it back through. Going to be Willoughby. Dade going to go 1 and 2. TB, Tyler Brown sitting on that 3 spot. Looking pretty tight right now. Bring it back down through. In and out of that last turn, last straight. It's all W7 out front. Willoughby bringing it back around. Willoughby, Dade going to go 1-2. Back to the stripe. Willoughby, Dade, TB, Tyler Brown going to pick it up. Corey Reed.
Rest in peace.
Hell of a podium, though.
Yeah.
Hell of a podium.
Yeah, that track was the tits.
That was probably one of my favorite. Like I every year look forward to going to Louisville.
Me too.
It had every element. It had a perfect drag strip first straightaway.
Yeah.
Flowy second straightaway. Pro section, rhythm section with different lines, everything like that.
Yeah.
I mean, on the flip side, super cool that the city said, "Hey, we want to upgrade this facility.
Sure, yeah.
We want to dump $1 million into this place," or whatever they did. So we're two couple old dogs that just appreciate a fine track.
Yeah. No, I appreciate the Supercross hill. Like I said, I just if they would have kept that old hill next to it,
Oh man. So we're getting in towards the end of the year. Maybe I should pull up some stats or something.
Yeah, we went to pull up some points, but I think we pretty much know who the 3 guys are at the moment in the men. It's Joris and Connor are pretty much ahead, and then Corbin is in the mix, but I know that the points are still kind of hard to read right now because not everyone has their best 10 scores in, but I'm thinking Corbin needs to get a couple of wins still to really be in the mix, because I think he's only got 2 wins as opposed to those guys who got 5 or 6 each.
Yeah, they've been on it. Those 2 guys have been just trading wins.
Yeah, but in saying that, Corbin won both days on that Supercross hill last year, so
that's true.
He could quite easily come out and double again, and then he's probably either in the lead or right equal with those guys. So
we've got top 10. I'll just run through that real quick. Joris, Connor, Corbin, Sylvain, Twan, Trent, Davo, Vandenberg.
Davo, he's not going to win it.
Stromdog, we got Tori and Nick playing it in the top 10.
Yeah.
Got some other guys like Tanner and Anthony in that 11 and 13 spot. So I think you're right. It's kind of those 3 guys, Joris and Connor, the chase show up for the title, and Corbin's going to have to kind of jump in there a bit this weekend to make.
And I think Corbin will. He would be my pick to win this weekend. That was my last race. But I raced against him there last year, and he was pretty good there. So he coming off the world title and everything, I think he's
got to have some confidence right now.
Yeah, for sure.
He's got to have a little hype. He's gonna. Did he go to Grand Junction?
He went there, but I mean, week after winning the Worlds, it's.
Oh yeah, I just couldn't remember if he went or not. Like, there's nothing like that first race of putting that white jersey on.
Yeah. So I would look for him to be probably one of the favorites. I know Anthony's going as well, so hasn't been riding a lot since the Worlds, but I'm sure we'll be fine.
He took a little trip back to Australia to hang out and get some visa stuff sorted, something like that, right?
Yep. So but pretty much those are the 3 guys, and I think. Like we said, look for Corbin to need to probably get a couple of wins here in between Louisville, Reno, and the Grands.
Because how many races do we have? We've got Louisville 2 days, Reno 2 days, Curacao 2 days,
ROC,
and then ROC. So we still have 7 scores open before the Grands. So a lot can happen in that time.
For sure. Yep.
Yeah. What about on the ladies' side?
On the ladies,
what are the ladies' points shaping up to be?
Well, I believe Brooke's back now after injury, so I don't know if she's going to Louisville.
Oh yeah, I don't think she said last week that she wasn't going to go.
Yeah, she said to us last week she wasn't going, so she's waiting for Reno. Elise and Lauren, they're sort of those 3, I think.
Yeah.
Elise, Lauren, and Brooke. Elise, Lauren, and Brooke. So.
Well, let me pull up.
Lauren's sort of the same boat. She would have to win some races to really get in the
thick because we've got their top 10 is Elise, Brooke, Lauren, Danny George, Shaylin Reno, Zoe Fleming, Rachel Mydock, Sophia Foresta, Florencia Sereno, and Mika Shaw.
Yeah.
So that's the top 10 there. So I think this is probably going to be a Beast and Bear show.
Might be a Beast and Bear show.
Yeah, a little Beast and Bear.
What about Vilma? You going, Vilma?
That's a good question. If let's ask Grindle. Grindle, is V-Dog jumping on the big hill?
Vilma was in the chat room earlier. So.
Oh, was she? V-Dog, you jumping into Louisville? It could be a little interesting though. I heard that there's going to be some rain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when it rains in Louisville, some bitch rains.
When it rains, it pours.
Yeah.
I was there one year when lightning hit a car in the parking lot. No joke, 15 cars from where I was standing.
Oh, really?
I thought a bomb went off.
What did it do to the car?
It scared the crap out of me. No, actually, it hit the tree. There was the car. It hit the tree in front of the car.
Uh-huh.
The electricity was so strong from hitting the ground, all the windows dropped down car was toast. Wouldn't start, fried the electrical system. And I remember loading my bike in the car and literally thought a bomb went off. Like I ducked down and ducked my head down, thinking there was an explosion.
Wow.
Yeah. So
that's to look forward to in Louisville.
Yeah, and with that rain, when it's not raining, it's going to be super humid.
Yeah.
And I don't think the surface isn't like a rock hill, so when it rains, it gets slippery.
Yeah.
So the pros might be back on the small hill then.
It's not even small anymore.
The medium hill. They might be on the medium hill. Yeah, the smaller hill, I should say. Yeah, because there's no way you're going down a supercross hill, this slippery track at the bottom.
The 5-meter budget blower.
Could you imagine going down that and hitting a slip and slide at the bottom?
Yeah, it'd be horrible.
Yeah, so that's going to be a good one. I'm really excited to see how that goes. I think it's going to start shaping up points because we get to that point of the season where you've got your guys who are up for the title who really put a lot of focus on that and go that way. And then kind of everybody else just starts fitting in where they can.
Yep, for sure.
I'd like to see Sean Gain put something together out there.
Yep,
he was the third best American at the world.
Yeah. So he's been training a bit with Sean, so he's, I know, working pretty hard, probably looking a little bit more towards the grands, but I'm sure he'll be in the mix.
What did we have? Looks like did the live feed pause or something, or is that just on our end?
It's interrupted, but it's still.
All right, there we go. All right, perfect. It's back now. It's back.
Yeah. All right.
Well, what's your predictions? Call it out. We talked about points and overall. Who are you calling for the podium in the men's class?
I think Corbin and Connor split wins.
Okay.
And if I had to say the podium, I think it'll be Corbin, Connor, Joris both days.
Yeah, I think.
Because they just got the most on the line, so they're just going to try a little harder. But I think guys like Anthony and Nick will be in the mix, but it's always hard when you're racing against guys that they're putting everything on the line. Yeah, so.
I can't really argue with that. I think it's going to be those three guys up for the podium and kind of exactly what you said. I don't really have any drama to fire back. I think this guy's going to get it. Those three guys, when the title's on the line, I mean, from experience, you kind of rise to the occasion, you step up and put yourself. We know I might call Machine, but the guy's been golfing. He hasn't even been on his bike.
Maris ain't going.
Yeah, so Maris isn't going to go. So Anthony will be in the mix. As always, that guy's super fast. But I think it's going to be the three guys that you just called out, your top three.
3 to 5 for long.
Yeah, he'll be a solid 3 to 5. Always. Always. He'll be in the mix. You know what Nick's going to be? Nick's going to be top 8.
Top 8.
That's definitely. Nick's goal. Yeah. He can get top 8, come back on the show for his tequila on Monday. That's what Nick's going to be looking to do. So what about the ladies?
Ladies.
Beast and Bear?
Yeah, I mean, Beast and Bear. No Brooke going. Felicia will probably go, but...
I'll call Danny for the 3.
Danny. Yep. Beast, Bear, and Danny.
Probably both days. I think that'll be the podium.
Yep.
Yeah.
If Shaylin Reno goes, she could get a 3rd, I reckon. 2nd or 3rd.
Regardless, she's going to be throwing some sick whips.
Sick whips.
She's got some good whips on her. Better than I have, for sure. So she'll be whipping somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's all of our race hype. Let's jump into voicemails. Or
we got any forks to stick in stuff?
We had a couple of things. If anyone has any in the chat room, but
you guys want us to give our opinion for the stick a fork in it section? Go ahead and leave
stick a fork in
the
it.
Answer fork, stick a fork in it. Leave it in the comment section. We'll read them off.
I had a couple. There's a fella, I think he's from Australia, he messages in something every week. So he had dirt jumping for training. Now you and I probably disagree on this one.
We're going to disagree on this because I'm a 100% fan of trails. I love riding the trails. So I don't think it's necessarily like a training thing. Like you should just be on your bike and riding your bike. And heck yeah, go ride the trails. Not to say I don't do it enough, and that's because we don't really have any trails in Southern California anymore. So, but I'm 100% for it. Go ride the heck out of those things.
All right.
What do you think?
Here's the deal. I'm all for riding the trails, like for sure. Have
this
fun.
Guy does some sick dog legs.
I grew up riding the trails. All about it. But when people, here's my problem with it. I agree, it's training, it's fun, whatever skill, you're on the bike. My thing is when people are like, oh, he's not good on a supercross track, he needs to go ride the trails. Come on. Let's fork that. I'm going to fork that.
Okay, I'll fork that because you can't ride trails to get better on supercross. So I'll fork that. I will say, I think trails, if you're riding supercross, you should already be good on your bike.
Right.
You know what I mean? I think like when you're developing and learning how to ride your bike, learning how to race, intermediate, expert guys, things like that, I think trails are a really good thing, but I don't even know if you necessarily need to call it like training. Like, just there's nothing wrong with just going out and having fun on your bike and riding.
Active recovery.
Yeah, active recovery at the trails. I need 1 hour, 20 minutes active recovery at the trails. My coach told me so.
Okay.
No, so I think just be on your bike, man. Whether it be skate park or trails or anything like that. I suck at skate park and I'm not good at it at all. I was all about the dirt jumps. So
okay.
I love riding dirt jumps. So I'm personally keeping it no matter what, training or not training. I'm just jealous of everybody that gets to ride them.
Yep. Here's one that we'll agree on.
Okay.
The Louisville 5-meter hill.
Duh.
Okay.
Okay.
Moving on.
Anyway.
George Costa said the UCI. Yeah, we could fork them.
Listen, I think that their rules are frustrating a little bit with what we have to deal with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? As a sanction, what they do across cycling, I don't know because I'm not in other sports. The pro payout stuff sucks.
Yeah.
Making sure that your number is being duct taped if you don't have the right one.
Yeah, I feel like they're just like a one-size-fits-all corporation and we're just kind of like an ugly stepchild and they're like, oh, we do it over here, so just make them do it as well.
Yeah.
But they don't really, yeah.
And I think like events like the UCI World and the UCI Supercross and stuff like that
they're great, yeah.
is great. Those are awesome. I think we both probably agree that USA BMX, like the series pre and post UCI, I think it was probably better pre UCI.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like there wasn't as much stress and it was the pro payout was good for what it was. You could do 3 mains if you want to do 3 mains or whatever.
Yeah, it's just the freedom to do what's right for the event and the situation as opposed to this is what we do in Austria, so then you have to do that in Phoenix.
And sometimes the pro payout is being pulled down because you need these UCI officials and things like that at the events. When I don't know, the USA BMX guys, well, they're the officials now anyways, but some of that's being taken to pay for the UCI commissaries to be there.
No,
so I would keep UCI Worlds, UCI Supercross. They're great. I don't have any issue with that. I just think domestically, I prefer the USA BMX series.
The one size fits all is just kind of gets in the way.
Yeah.
What else do we had? Mountain bike shoes for BMX racing. So he's referring to like the old big chunky DX shoes and like.
Oh, I thought he was like, well, we run mountain bike shoes now.
I think he's referring to like the big chunky DX ones and then the like 510 like downhill shoes like rubber soles and.
Okay.
I mean, good shoes, but yeah, I mean fork them for performance wise, but.
Performance wise.
But
I think those shoes look way better.
If you want to wear them, wear them. I don't care.
I don't think the shoes that we wear look cool at all.
Yeah.
Like the traditional ones. So if anything, I'd fork the regular ones, and I wish that a company like a 510 or something like that would make a normal shoe with a carbon fiber bottom. I would run that 100%.
You see, I like the look of our shoes. I think it looks athletic, and I think it looks fast, and that's what we are. We're a fast sport.
And I think that's the difference in our generation.
Yeah.
Is you grew up seeing that was a normal. I grew up more with the flat pedal trail style stuff that I'm 100% for clips. I'm not for flat pedals. But like, I loved it when I got to ride the Etnies shoes. And I had different colors and different looks and things like that. And when those were clips, like, I wish that a company would make a normal looking shoe with a carbon fiber bottom. I'll run it all the time.
Well, you can.
Well, I can't because nobody makes it. If they could, I would. We got any other ones in there? Oakley had clipless shoes. They were awesome. Yeah, but the problem with all of them, the Nike, the Oakleys, the ones that are available now, they're a plastic bottom. So they snap right away and they're not stiff enough.
Yeah.
So I'll fork those shoes 10 out of 10 times because we can't run them. So somebody make a cool looking shoe that is carbon fiber bottom and I'm all about it.
Yep.
Yeah. Road shoes are good, just not because they break. No, road shoes aren't good. You're going to slip and slide all over the place.
Walking around.
Yeah. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well...
You got any other ones? Any other good forks in it?
Not really.
We might have to stick a fork in this fork.
Oh, the Australian kid messaged in opposite foot gate starts. No, why would you do that? Fork that. Why would you do an opposite foot gate start? I could see like maybe sprints or something. I could see that being beneficial for a really young person.
Did you ever do opposite foot gate starts?
Yeah.
Really?
I used to, remember when I was really little?
As elite?
No.
Okay.
We're talking about just in general, but not as elite. But I remember when I was a real little kid racing out at the track. They used because there wasn't much competition on the local Friday night race, and I remember they used to say, "Start with the opposite foot. That'll make you try harder." Funny story about that actually. Jared Graves told me his dad made him. This is why Jared starts left-footed, because his dad said, "You want your strong leg to be on your second pedal, Jared." So he made him start opposite foot all his young career, and then now he starts left foot. But if he kicks a ball or something, he's right-footed.
Okay.
But yeah.
See, I'm all over the place. I start right-footed. I kick a ball with my left foot. I skateboard or snowboard left foot, but I start right and jump right. So I don't know what's wrong with me.
Weird.
I was always jealous of the guys that started with one foot forward and jumped with the other, especially on the Supercross hill.
Why?
Because they get an extra half pedal.
Want to be a good half pedal.
Yeah, it would be. Going down a Supercross hill, Harmon would always beat me down the hill because I'd stop and he'd get just a little bit. And I always remember going like, how does David beat me down the Supercross hill? And finally I watched and like I stopped and he went, "Meow," and it gave me just a little bit.
I've never bought that one.
All right.
The half pedal one. But
Fair enough. Agree to disagree.
Agree to disagree.
Yeah,
Good
even though
banter.
I'm right. But anyway.
Okay.
Any other more ones in the chat room we got?
Not seeing it.
Time your race laps for amateurs?
Like if Dad's got the stopwatch on his iPhone timing it, fork that. Like come on now.
Yeah, you're not going to be right. Yeah, but that's a classic parent thing. Like, you dropped 2.3 seconds that time, Timmy. I pressed my iPhone. You were going way fast.
Yeah.
Like UCI timers for the World Cups for lane choice and stuff like that. Like that's cool. But yeah, Dad's up with the iPhone, just stop watching it. Let the kid race. Either he's pulling or he's not. It's as simple as that.
Richie Anderson's in the chat room.
Oh yeah.
He says, Little Avalanche has been running the Garnets. She loves them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So those are sleek shoes.
Yeah.
Quick Nick runs them.
Yeah.
Luke Badil says pedaling the transition on an 8-meter hill. If you can pedal, there's a French guy doing it at the Worlds. I think that's fucking...
So is Twan.
I think it's badass. If you can do it, do it.
Those guys must have been training at that Bathurst race. Luke was there.
But just expect an ejection's coming real soon.
Yeah, I think there's a couple places. Like, obviously, you could do it in Rock Hill. I think you get away with it at the Beijing track at Chula.
Yeah.
Because I know all of us have done it on accident from time to time, just trying to race and win. But were those guys gaining from that? Like at Rock Hill?
The French guy, he looked like he was.
Yeah.
Terry Tenet.
Is he writing in a post or something?
I don't know what that is.
I don't know what's going on there. Is he sending us a private message? Terry T's jumping in. Yeah, I think if you
Luke says keep your seat up.
Yeah, if you can pedal through that transition and it's faster, that'd be cool.
Yeah, I think it might get to the point eventually when everyone just does.
Yeah.
But Twan was doing it at Rock Hill as well?
Yeah, Twan was doing it as well. But the only problem is like Twan would do it and then how he would have to stop pedaling short for the jump. So it kind of evened out because the other guys would pump and get 2 full pedals.
Yeah.
And like they pedaled here as where Twan would pedal and he'd have to stop here to set up the jump.
Yeah.
So everything kind of ended up evening out.
Yeah, no, that doesn't make much sense.
Yeah, so we'll see how that goes. Landing while pedaling, fast or not. I think it kind of depends on the track and the jump.
Yeah.
Like speaking of the tracks here in Chula, you kind of have to on how small that first jump is now. But like some of the bigger ones, if there's a bigger, steeper jump, you're not going to be able to.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Someone said that a track in LA banned clips for safety. What track was that?
In LA, like California?
LA. I think they said LA.
There is a track somewhere. I don't know where, and maybe he's talking about Louisiana. But
maybe.
There is a track somewhere in USA BMX that has banned clips. Yeah, I don't know where it is, but there is somebody that's doing it.
Fork that.
Yeah. Fork that. We're a couple racers. We just want to go fast, man.
Yeah, Louisiana. Rebel BMX. They canned clips.
They're rebels.
Yeah.
They're just a bunch of rebels.
How about national coaches already claiming freestyle park riders on Instagram? Fork that.
What are they doing?
So Dale said that there's national coaches claiming freestyle riders on Instagram.
What do you mean claiming them? Like,
who was it? Give us a name.
Yeah, Dale, give us the inside scoop. I want to hear what you got to say.
Yeah, that's a poor effort.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, well, here's the problem with the flat pedal thing that, like, at one track is, like, then those kids, if they go to a national, they're just going to be a little bit behind.
Yeah,
You know
I
what
agree.
I mean? I think the novice flat pedal thing is great. I think that's really good for the sport across the board. But I don't know. You're not going to find us guys supporting flat pedals because we're a couple racers.
Yeah.
And
I'm all for, like, if you run a practice night or something and you encourage kids to do it, half the session on flats or something like that for their own benefit. But
he said Boots is calling out.
It doesn't surprise me.
Boots is calling out.
I'll have to check that out. It doesn't surprise me.
He's got his pick for the freestyle.
Yeah, he's got his boys.
Yeah, or maybe girl. Yeah.
Boots is not a freestyle coach, I'm going to tell you that.
Yeah. I wonder, you think the freestyle guys will wear the booty suit, the lycra? Because they'll be able to whip faster?
I don't know how they're going to feel when he brings Dartfish to the next Vice thing.
imagine like the skin suit coming out of Wade's closet, like, fellas, listen up, got a suit for you.
Yeah.
You're going to be able to tail whip 5 times in this.
Oh, that whole thing is a mess. What a mess. All right.
Well, should we listen to some voicemails and open up the phone lines?
Yeah,
Guys, we want to hear from you. The chat room's booming today, so feel free to keep busting in that chat room, or give us a call on the phone. We'll keep this party rolling here for a few and answer some questions.
We only got 2 voicemails.
That's all right.
Let's have a listen.
As long as they're good ones, that's all we need.
Hey, Cafe Willoughby. My name is John Pavlik, and I have a quick question for you guys. So I have been watching some replays of some old Supercross footage, and I came across some of the footage of the race in Rotterdam, Worlds in 2014. And, I watched that live when it happened, and I really hadn't thought about it much since. You guys were really going down a lot. There was a lot of crashes, a lot of people getting hurt, a lot of injuries. So, a couple questions about that. First of all, did anyone's career get shortened or meaningfully impacted by events that took place during the racing that weekend? And secondly, was the atmosphere, like in staging and in the shoots, any different once the day started to wear on and you guys got deeper into motos? And it became pretty apparent, there's a statistically significant chance that a couple of us are going to go down this lap. Like, was it any different? Was the vibe any different? Because honestly, that's a lot more crashing than you see in, I don't even know if you guys crashed that much in Rio, and that was one of the most, battle-type races that anyone has seen in a while. So yeah, just looking for some perspective and some insight. Love what you're doing with the show. Can't wait to tune in next week. Thanks a lot. Bye.
Well, Sam, I'm going to let you kind of take that one because I actually wasn't at that race. So give us your opinion on some of that stuff.
Well, I think that was just a tight track. It was a really tight indoor arena. The atmosphere there was great. Stands were packed.
Yeah.
And it was really good atmosphere. But yeah, there was a lot of crashes just because the track was tight. Off the top of my head, I don't know anyone that had career-ending injuries there.
Yeah.
But I know a lot of guys broke off. Like I know Pickard broke himself pretty good. Max Cairns busted his foot or something. Maris had a pretty good crash when his tire popped. But
which one was that one? Was that the one that you won?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, there was a bunch of good crashes down that first straightaway.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to happen anytime you have like such a small arena because the elite class.
I think it's just the worlds in general. 'Cause,
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen it at Rock Hill even.
Fair enough. And I think it's going to be heightened when you have like the elite class is so close. When there's no space for them to get away from each other, it's just going to happen because everybody's going for that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I can say like indoor races, atmosphere-wise, the best ever.
Yeah.
You know, anytime you get a stadium like that, ones that come to my mind are the Madrid, Spain World Cup because I didn't do Rotterdam like that, but I did Madrid a couple years and that was probably the best vibe ever. There's nothing like walking up the starting hill and you can just feel the energy in the air.
Yeah. No, it's electric anytime you get indoors like that. Like the grands are always good, and but that obviously the bigger the arena, the better. So we can have a good track with that atmosphere. But
yeah. We walk a fine line on arena size though because like we couldn't fill like a legit stadium. Yeah. And so you need something that's like just a little bit bigger, but not too big, so it looks like we're small little ants out there telling you jumps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Here's our second voicemail.
And then we'll open up the phone lines. Feel free for you guys to call in if you want. Put the number up.
This is Cafe Willoughby. Hey, this is Vince McCurdy, track operator here in Southern California, San Diego actually. I run two of the finest tracks here in the area. I got a question I've been meaning to ask, or a beef. During the Worlds, I heard them announce another local track operator here, Tyler Brown, runs the third best track in San Diego, by the way. They named him the world's fattest track operator. And I got a little issue with that. Hang on, let me get my breath here. I tipped the scales at about 400 plus, and I had a dump this morning that was bigger than Tyler Brown. I am the world's fattest track operator, and I need to know who I talked to correct this mistake. Maybe I got to call the world's. Hang on, guys. I got to order a snack here. I'm in the drive-through. Yeah, let me have 4 chili janda burritos. Carne asada fries, double order. Give me a California burrito, too. And let me have the largest Diet Coke you got.
Oh, my God.
All right, guys. Sorry about that. But
oh, my
I
God.
just want to let everyone know, if you're looking for a place to stay, at both of my premier tracks, Cactus and Kearney, I've got a studio apartment for rent at each. Measurements are about 10 by 40, solid steel construction, and there's restroom facilities on site. So when you come by these tracks, let me know, and I'll get you set up. 13-year lease.
13
This is Vince McCurdy, the world's fattest track operator.
All right.
Wow. That was a good one.
Drop the mic on that one. That was so Vince, if you want to figure out who screwed you over calling Tyler the fattest track operator, that you can go to Grindle for that. Grindle was the one that called Tyler I believe he said fastest.
Yeah, fastest.
Tyler's pretty fat, but
I'm pretty huge. I'll tell you, you have your title, I'll have my title. We'll call it even.
Yeah.
We'll squash that beef right now. So
you can have it, Vince. You can have it.
That's all you, man. That was I would definitely say one of the top calls, one of the top voicemails.
That was intriguing.
Yeah, that was a good one.
All right, phone lines are open.
All right, guys, call in. If we don't have anything to talk about, we'll shut the show down if you guys don't want to hang out and talk with us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we had some pretty good action in the chat room tonight.
Yeah, it was good.
I like seeing all that stuff. Anything else? They say anything else good in there?
Robert McPherson, is that the Robert McPherson? Like,
did he comment?
Like,
oh, man.
90s pro, Boots' training partner?
I don't know, man. Oh, even my mom's jumping in the chat room now.
What's she got to say?
I don't know. Let's see.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. All right. I'm not gonna. Rainbow jersey. This is getting real awkward. I'm not gonna touch this one.
No comment.
Because I'm gonna let you guys in the chat room battle that one out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just smile and laugh and go.
We had some people wanting to ask about. No, it's not the Robert McPherson, but we're still happy to have you, Robert.
Yeah.
McPherson.
Whoever you are, we're happy to have you.
You are now the Robert McPherson.
You win. Ooh, a pro BMX union?
That'll never happen. But
should it?
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah.
That's never going to happen.
Yep.
Box buying stealth. Some people are talking about that.
Yeah, that's been something like the industry's been talking about for a while now, because it happened a bit ago, but it sounds like they're just putting the news out there now. So it looks like Box bought stealth. It's taking things over. And it sounds like from their press release, they're wanting to do like some more mountain bike stuff and things like that.
Okay.
Yeah, were you wanting to stick a fork in it?
I can't comment.
You brought your fork up.
Not familiar with this Box brand.
No?
No.
Yeah, I know them a little bit better than Sam does.
You know about it?
Yeah,
okay.
I do know about it. You probably remember Box last year, but this year...
I landed on my head.
Yeah, fair enough. So ever since then, you just remember the answer.
Just
brand.
the answer, yeah.
Yeah, personally, I still know of Box.
Okay.
So they did, they bought Stealth, and it'd be interesting to see what they kind of do with the brand and how they take things moving forward.
Yeah, I think that's healthy when brands aren't leaving the sport and other brands see, potential to buy them out and keep brands around, and people are investing in the sport, so that's good.
I mean, personally, I am a fan of Box, but Onyx hubs. Mm-hmm. Those are definitely my hub of choice. I love those things. I've really been happy running those. But like you said, it's cool to see another brand just kind of not leaving the sport. So hopefully they do something cool with it and go from there.
For sure. UK British champ won £400. That's about, $600?
Yeah, but I think like the USA national champs, they probably win like $600 too.
Yeah, that's a standard Once again, that's the UCI argument. UCI make a standard payout for those races.
Yeah, I remember like Nick. Too bad he was here. He wasn't here. He'd chime in on this. Nick almost hated winning the national champs in the respect that like you get no pay for it.
You don't even make enough to make the jersey.
Yeah, then you got to go make all these new jerseys.
Yeah.
And Nick always joked like he's like, man, if I'm leaving, I'm gonna just pull my brakes so that somebody else pass me. I don't want to deal with it because it's almost like more headache than it's worth. I mean, unless you're like Elise and she's got 47 national champs, just behind Tori with 90-something.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, you got to go on to win the rainbow, and then you don't have to worry about the sleeve.
Elise, do you have to get your USA sleeve on your rainbow jersey?
No, but I wouldn't be surprised if they pulled that.
The world just trumps it all. You just run one now. Okay. Yeah. All right.
Well, yeah, we could just race in Wisconsin, and then you don't have to deal with any of it, but they're going to have to do a few more of the pro-ams for the guys.
Listen, they get about 10 of those weekends going on. I think guys might just race in Wisconsin.
Strictly Wisconsin.
You get about $100,000 for your pro races. Yeah, I think we'll just all race there.
The new hub of BMX is Winnebago.
Yeah, we'll just move out. We'll go take our Winnebagos out, park them there, and we'll be racing there all year long.
That would be badass.
Was that first time what?
You met Fritz and Fultz out there?
No, I met Fritz. He was at Worlds, is where he cruised by and said, "What's up?" to me. That guy's the nicest guy.
He is a nice guy.
Yeah, we're talking about Fritz, by the way, from Full Tilt.
He screwed Tornado over, but...
Yeah, it sounds like a few people have.
Yeah.
But that dude was there. I went over because I didn't have much food and stuff. I was like, hey, man, you got any food? The dude left the track and went and got me bananas and Gatorade, so I had food for my race day.
He's a good guy, old Fritz.
Yeah, so...
Can't beat Fritz. He's good people.
He's a good fella.
All right. Well, we're not getting much action on the old phone lines. Do we want to do a square up?
You got any for us?
I don't have any.
See if anybody has any there. Yeah.
No, we can't do that one.
Florida payout for our pro state races is scarce.
NFL has a union. Yeah, well, comparing Pro BMX to the NFL is like comparing a Volkswagen Beetle to a F1 car.
I think a pro union would be great. I think it's something that could progress our sport. But the problem is like that's been talked about before I was a pro. I've been pro for 14 years, and it's been talked about for the last 14 years, and it's never happened. It never happened before. So I just don't know if it ever will. The problem with pro BMX racers is like we're all selfish and we all care about ourselves, and nobody wants to put in time. You're going to need a guy that's removed. Like I always say, like a dude like Donnie or Afro Bob or something like that, who's recently retired. And I think if that happens, we should all pay a membership fee so those dudes make a couple grand for their work. And like that's how it should be. It's just somebody like that, not those guys specifically, but maybe somebody along those lines. You know what I mean? Maybe Sam, he could be the president of our union.
Oh, I don't think so.
Oh, I don't think so. Yeah, so I mean, I don't think it ever will happen.
Yeah, it's a lot of work, and you need someone prepared to run it, and then obviously the financial side of it. And I mean, when guys are racing for $1,000 a win, they're not going to give up. You almost have to give up a big percentage of that to fund the guy running the union. And
yeah. I mean, definitely the guy's going to run it needs a few grand a year for some part-time cash or something like that, because otherwise somebody's going to not want.
I think we're at the point where we just need to collectively work together. There's not a union that we need per se, but we need to have we need pros and people to take the time to meet with like USA BMX and just collectively work together and come up with a solution of ideas and things that can benefit both sides.
I always thought what USA BMX should do would be really cool is profit sharing for their entry fees. You know, whatever that percentage may be, go to the pros who are, I mean, pros are really gaining a lot of popularity on social media and different avenues like that. How cool would it be if USA BMX went to the pros and said, whatever the number is, for easy math, we're going to give 10% of our entry fee money to your pro payout. And then all of a sudden the pros are going like, hey, make sure you come to Oldsmar this year. It's going to be an awesome race. Make sure to swing by the Chase pits. We're going to be doing a bike giveaway and signing autographs and doing this. You got to be at this race. Instantly you have your entire pro class promoting the heck out of an event. The event goes up. The pay goes up. All the pros are going to be there. It's kind of a win-win for everybody. And I don't know if 10% is that right number. That's just easy throwing out there. But I always thought that would be a really cool way for USA BMX to get bigger events and the pros to kind of get paid per the event.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, for sure.
What did you do at Nick's square up?
We did there was someone in there that said Nick winning the Pro-Am as a square up, so that might be a good one.
Nick securing his spot to the Olympic team getting third at the World.
Nick getting his...
I think Nick We can do any Nick one. But.
I think it's all going to go about the same.
Yeah. We can do Nick winning the Pro-Am. That's recent.
All right. You going to fire it off?
You want me to start?
Yeah, you start it off.
I know, man. I'm just super happy for my friends. All my friends were here this weekend, so I was like really happy that all my friends were here. And like, I wish I could have pulled my brake and let Trey get second because he drove up with me, and then we would have had like almost $2,000 to drive home with. But because my disc brake, I pulled it, and the dust, it didn't let it brake. But that's okay. I mean, honestly, I don't really care that I won. I'm just happy that all my friends were here, and I'll probably just go home now and have some whiskey and do some gates. And honestly, I don't really want to win next weekend in Louisville. I just want to go there and see my friends, and I'll be happy with fourth. And yeah,
here we go. All right, Nick Pace. Hello, how you going? I just won.
Drunk Nick.
Really super excited to be here. So I just got $1,200. What are you guys doing? I saw there's a river right next to the track. I'm gonna go buy some tubes. You're invited. Everybody's invited. Get the coolers. We're gonna go down to the river. We're gonna jump in some tubes. We're gonna float down about a quarter mile. We'll come back and do it all over again. What are you guys doing tomorrow? You can do a little barbecue here at the track if you want.
Nick, social butterfly Nick.
Yeah. So there you go. There was our S-Squared square up. Since the guy's not here, we can trash talk him a little bit for slacking.
That wasn't even trash talking. That was just Nick.
That was just the reality.
All right.
Well, looks like we might be coming to the end of the Monday night. Nobody wanted to call and chat with us tonight.
Nope. No call-ins
no
tonight.
Sweaty Betty. No.
Sweaty Betty's done because I think she's mad we hung up on her.
She probably is mad. Yeah. Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, it sounds like we got the guacamole queen over here doing her thing. We got some dinner ready. Mm-hmm. I need to go get some sleep. So we'll call it a night, and we'll see you guys next Monday. We'll have a cool show next Monday. We'll do some Louisville wrap up. Hopefully, have some videos from there.
Get the winners on from there.
Yeah, we'll try to get the winners on.
Hopefully, Nick can. Why don't you try to win, Nick, and then we don't have to call anyone in?
Yeah, Nick, instead of being 3-5, jump up there into the Uno, and then we can just have the winner on set, make our show cooler.
Yep.
Why does Nick call a long shot?
Nick didn't do a long shot because Nick's not here. That's why.
I think he picked himself.
Yeah, he picked himself for the long shot.
All right.
All right, guys. Have a good rest of your week. We'll see you next Monday.